Hello everyone and welcome to my city balcony. Today's video is how to harvest and store nasturtium seeds. If you don't already grow nasturtiums in your gardens or in your balcony gardens, I highly recommend it. It is such a super plant, it is so easy to grow from seed, it thrives in poor soils, it tolerates full sun and shade, it's used in companion planting as a trap crop for things like aphids and weevils, and it's even used in garden design to decorate walls as it grows up trellises. So it's a super duper wonder plant, it just never stops giving. So let's save the seeds for this year so we can have more of it next year. This is my nasturtium pot. I grew several nasturtiums very happily in this little pot all summer long. I chose a dwarf variety, which unfortunately I can't remember which one it is. But for someone in my position, so I have a small city balcony, I don't have a lot of space, dwarf varieties are a really good option for me rather than the climbing nasturtiums, which sort of tend to romp away. So these dwarf varieties are very easy to manage. How do nasturtiums produce their seeds in the first place? I'm going to show you a quick timeline from flower to seed. The story begins with these gorgeous flowers that nasturtiums have. The flowers are fertilized by pollinators, and then they turn into the nasturtium pods. The pods are a sort of soft limey green colour, and they're not yet ripe. But they can be harvested, and some people like to pickle them and eat them as capers. If you do that, just know that you are sacrificing seeds, but I find them really, really tasty, so I do actually recommend doing that. At this point, the flowers are now shriveled up because their job is done. They've attracted the pollinators, so there's no need for them to hang around, really. Once the pods have ripened in colour, they're going to darken, like these ones here. And these ones are ready to be harvested if they haven't actually fallen off themselves already. So now we know where the seeds come from on the plant, we're going to look at how to harvest. So firstly, locate the seeds on your plant, gently tug them, and if they come away easily like this, well then they're ready to be harvested. Nasturtiums also self-sow, which means the seeds just sort of drop onto the soil, so look around the soil or your pots around the plants for seeds that have rolled away. You'll probably find different seeds at different stages of drying, so just grab them all. And with nasturtiums, bigger is better. The larger the seed, the larger the chance that they're going to germinate next year and grow into gorgeous plants, so keep an eye out for the big ones, make sure you take them in as well. When to harvest the seeds. So when can we harvest these seeds? You can collect seeds at any time of the growing season, but make sure that they are ripe or they won't be viable, as in they're not going to grow into plants. As I mentioned before, you can find out if the seed is ripe or not by gently tugging on it. If it falls away gently, then you've got yourself some ripe seeds. If not, just leave it a little bit longer on the plant and then come back to it at a later date. So now we have our nasturtium seeds, how do we store them? The seeds need to dry fully before storing them, if not they're going to go mouldy. Place them in a dry, warm spot, maybe on a plate or a paper towel, until they're shriveled up and they look like tiny brains. Keep an eye out for any signs of disease or mould. If you find that, just discard those ones. Once they are fully dried, put them into a sterilised jar or a paper packet. Label them with the name and date, and then store them in a dry, cool, dark space. And that is how to collect and store nasturtium seeds. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.